Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we are doing another Amonkhet Intermediate Swiss Draft League. I've decided I'm going to be a little more open to the mid-range decks for a little while. People seem, at least a good percentage of people seem to be sick of me drafting low-curve aggro. So I'm willing to at least, it certainly means I'm not going to avoid the Boros deck if I see it. I will be drafting whatever is open, but that will include possibly some mid-range decks as well. Here we probably just take Cartouche of Strength. As Foretold is still worth 2 tickets, but Cartouche is a pretty premium card still. And I like it more than Synchronized Strike, the Cartouche of Knowledge, and anything else in this pack, the Javelineer. So we'll take the Cartouche of Strength. Seems like a good idea. Okay. Follow-up pick. Well, Trial of Strength would be a fantastic follow-up pick. It works really well with the Cartouche, and I've been really impressed with the green one in particular, so that makes sense. Merciless Javelineer is a very strong card. The Vitalist is fine in the mid-range decks. But let's take the Trial. It seems like a good follow-up after taking a Cartouche of Strength, I think. And it's a good card. It is a good card, so we'll take it. Okay, so now we could take the Magma Spray. Otherwise, there's like Quarry Hauler in green, but Magma Spray seems like it's the correct pick here. It certainly is a strong card, and I would say worth taking. Follow-up pick here. We have Stinging Shot, Spidery Grasp. There's Canyon Slough, which possibly lets us splash. But I mean, I do like the Insider, so it's probably worth taking, especially in green, where you'll have a lot of fatties. With Exert and giving them haste actually seems very beneficial. And I would say, I mean, of the 3 cards we have, what are the strongest? I actually don't know. They're all probably equally strong. So Spider Grasp and Sting Shot are disposable. Canyon Slough isn't a terrible idea just because I like having cycle lands. But I think I'm going to take the Insider here. I think Insider might actually be at its best in, well, in red-green. That might actually be right. I mean, if you do end up playing stuff like Colossopede and stuff, it's pretty nice to give it haste. Speaking of which, here we probably just take the Emberhorn Minotaur as a very strong card. Very good 4-drop. I like it more than Colossopede. Besides the fact that it's cheaper, the Exert on it makes it the same power equivalent and gives it menace. So it just seems correct to me to take that here. Okay. So now we have a Flameblade Adept, a Honed Khopesh. Nothing in this pack is exceptional, so I probably just take the Flameblade Adept, which isn't a great card outside of aggro decks, or I guess build around cycle discard decks, but I don't really want the Honed Khopesh so much, so I guess we will take the Adept. Okay, wow, that's a late Trueheart Twins. This card is very, very good. This is one of the stronger cards, I think, with Exert. It's easy to overlook that. It's whenever you exert a creature. Creatures you control get +1/+0, so it's not just its ability. It's a very strong effect, and certainly worth the pick here. Okay, that's a very late Entangler too. So we're seeing some late white cards. Could be green's not the option we're going to do, but Entangler is just a very premium 2-drop, so it seems worth it to take it there. We could take the Ceradon now, that's fine. There's a Naga Oracle as well, which is actually a card I like quite a bit. Especially if green doesn't pan out, because we didn't see any green here. The 2 green cards we have are very good, together especially, but it kind of felt like green dried up a little bit. Ceradon is pretty replaceable, though. Maybe I do actually want the Oracle. I mean, Ceradon, I guess, has synergy with, like, Flameblade Adept, but Oracle's actually just a good card. Like, I've been very impressed with that for the most part. Wow, okay. I'm going to take the Javelineer here. The fact that it wheeled is very surprising. This card is very, very good. So, we'll take that over everything else in this pack, which is vastly inferior. So, Flameblade Adept and Merciless Javelineer actually do have good synergy. Hyena Pack and Supply Caravan or whatever cards. Stinging Shot is fine. You can certainly main deck it. It's got cycling. We have some cycling synergy now, but It's a much better sideboard card. All right, I'll take a Painted Bluffs in case I want to splash. I'll take Painful Lesson. I don't think it's a particularly good card in this format just because it's so aggressive that losing 2 life, like basically taking your turn 3 off to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, is unacceptable most of the time in this format. Like that will, it's too painful of a lesson to even do. So I guess we have this Commit to Memory, which gets us on the Naga Oracle plan. There's a Lord of the Accursed, which is a powerful card, but not exactly what we're looking for either. Decimator Beetle, if maybe I wanted to do like a Jund deck, Splash Javelineer, Splash Beetle, that is fine. And green will potentially give me the tools I need for that. There's not really a good red card. Fanbearer is a great white card. I'm fine taking the Decimator Beetle. I think this card is very good. It's likely worth a splash. I could take the Lord of the Accursed, though. There's no good green card in here either. Lord of the Accursed is going to be easier to play if I don't end up in green. Decimator Beetle is, I feel like it's a little ambitious. I really like Decimator Beetle. I'm trying to think how many zombies we're likely to see. If we end up in black, we still could definitely see plenty of zombies. And I guess a 3-mana 2/3 is not awful. This is a little more difficult. I think I am going to take the Lord of the Accursed, though. I feel like Decimator Beetle is a fine pick, but it's a little too ambitious for my taste. On-Crop Crasher is a very premium card. I'll happily take that over the Entangler. Crasher is fantastic. Okay, Miasmic Mummy is a zombie. We have this Labyrinth Guardian. Alright, so all we know is that we're red. So, with that in mind, maybe we just want like a Brute Strength, because it's a good card, and we're 100% in red, and we 100% are going to play it. The best card is probably Horror of the Broken Lands, Labyrinth Guardian, Winds of Rebuke. Trueheart Duelist is actually a good card too. I'm fine taking the Brute Strength. I think it makes sense. Just because, like I said, we are 100% in red, so why not take a card that we are 100% going to play? Wow. All right, now we're getting the good black cards. This is nice. So I personally like Baleful Ammit a lot. Granted, we do have the Lord of the Accursed, which makes the Stir the Sands kind of a slightly more appealing pick, but I think Baleful Ammit is just one of those cards you gotta take and play. It's such an important card in this format. The 3 mana, the fact that it can be a 3 mana 4 power lifelinker is like absurdly good. Yeah, it really is absurdly good. And it's a Crocodile Demon. I mean, I don't even know if there is a cooler creature type than that. So we're taking the Baleful Ammit, and it seems like, I mean, there's Bitterblade Warrior in green, but Baleful Ammit is just so much better than that. Yeah, we got to take the Baleful Ammit. I do wish we could take the Stir the Sands too, but I just think Ammit's better. And like, if I don't end up playing a Lord of the Accursed, it's not that big of a deal either. I really like Throne of the God Pharaoh, actually. I mean, it seems realistic that we could end up being sort of like a red-black beatdown deck. I think that's still totally realistic. We have some very good cards in red and black. So Throne of the God Pharaoh will be very good, especially with the 1-drops. Okay, I'm willing. Like, I'm not even giving up anything. I don't really care for Dune Beetle anyway, so Throne it is. Okay, Cursed Minotaur is very good. It's a zombie, so it's going to work with our Lord of the Accursed. There's Wandering Death, which we do actually have some pretty premium creatures to bring back, but I would rather have the Cursed Minotaur. I really like this card a lot. It's going to be good with Throne of the God Pharaoh. It's going to be good with Lord of the Accursed. So I think we just take that. Another Inciter seems fine to me. We have some pretty high power creatures to give haste to. Plus, like I mentioned before, I think in the last video, the Throne of the God Pharaoh and Inciter really love each other. This basically just says tap, your opponent loses 1 life at end of turn, which is actually very, very good. So we'll take it. Okay, we can take the Manticore. There's a Mummy, though. We probably take Mummy just because we have the Lord. And Manticore, I actually do like Manticore, but I think we are going to take Mummy here, get some more Lord of the Accursed synergy. It's a bear. It helps with curve. So it's a sensible pick here, I think. Okay, Blazing Volley is a good sideboard card. I'm not going to play Pursue Glory or By Force. Spearmaster and Slitherblade are fun cards that are going particularly late in this pack, worthy of mentioning. I don't really need Scarab Feast or Violent Impact. I guess Violent Impact's probably better utility out of sideboard. Another mummy will take over the Kenra. It just makes sense to me if we're planning on playing Lord of the Accursed, then I think it does make sense to get these mummies going. Plus, the mummies do have synergy with Flameblade Adept. No reason to overlook that. I think that's perfectly relevant. Okay, I think we'll just let these go now because or at least at this point, we know what game plan we're doing. We're taking the Dune Beetle. I don't think that we're playing it. Seems unlikely that I would want it. I'm just going to take this land. I'm going to take this land. Okay, so we're on a good path. Our curve is good. Wow, On-Crop Crasher is great. I think we just got to take that over the Inciter and the Mummy. Crasher is a fantastic card. Okay, another True Heart Twins. There's Curse Minotaur. Removal-wise, we're basically what? A Magma Spray, a Brute Strength, and that's it. I guess Merciless Javelineer. I really think True Heart Twins in multiples too is pretty absurd. Curse Minotaur would be another zombie, and Final Reward would be removal, but True Heart Twins truly is like one of those cards that just finishes the opponent. It just crits them and kills them. And we already have, what, at least 3 Exert creatures too, so 4 Exert creatures, so it seems very, very good for us. Wow, getting past the Heart Piercer Manticore is a gift. There's a Trial of Solidarity in here too. Wow, and Electrify. We're definitely taking the Manticore. This card is fantastic. I really like this card a lot. It's going to fit our curve well too, so just really strong, good card. Can take the Minotaur as a Cartouche of Zeal. Nefcrop Entangler. So I may just want the Entangler, help the curve a little bit, because our end game is looking great right now. I think Minotaur is probably slightly stronger than Entangler, but at the same time, Entangler is, like I said, a very premium 2-drop, and especially in a deck like this that I think can just get in there pretty effectively. It kind of makes sense to me to take the Entangler here. We do have 17 creatures already, though. But taking Fling over Entangler doesn't make sense to me, so I'm okay with playing a million creature deck, especially if we have the Throne of the God Pharaoh. Alright, Trial of Zeal is a gift. That is an absolute gift and a very good card for us. We don't have any cartouches, but even without cartouches, this card is just simply fantastic. Another True Heart Twins? That's pretty crazy, actually. Honestly, I wouldn't have a problem playing 3 of them. I really do think they're that good. Can you imagine having 2 of these out? Do you even understand how big things get? If you have 2 of these out and you exert them both, all your creatures get +4, +0? +4, +0 with 2 of these out. That's absurd. I'm taking it over Brute Strength, which is also a great card. There's also a Soul Stinger in here. Okay, gifted a Brute Strength anyway. We're definitely taking it over Wasteland Scorpion. I like Scorpion a lot, but we are Combat Trick Light, so I think Brute Strength makes sense. Getting the Entangler here is nice. We're going to have 20 creatures. Wow. I could take the Evolving Wilds since we already have a deck. It's actually not bad. But I'm going to play Entangler if I take it. It's kind of interesting because I have to make a cut, but Entangler with True Heart, no, with 3 True Heart Twins, we have to take all of the Exert creatures. So I think we're maybe just cutting a Mummy. It lowers our Lord of the Accursed count, though. Maybe I don't need 2 Inciters. I could see that, actually. Or maybe I don't need 2 Adepts. Okay, Mummy is actually a good card. It's a zombie. I'm going to take it over the Inciter here. It's good. Get an Inciter anyway. I'll take the Inciter. We may not play the Adepts. Doesn't matter, any of these. Okay. Alright. Very good. Okay. So, great looking deck. Super powerful. I'm very excited to try out this triple True Heart Twins. Like I said, I think that's just insane. I think we might be cutting the Flameblade Adepts. I don't have any issue with them, but I feel like the fact that we're trying the Lord of the Accursed and we have a Festering Mummy, 2 Miasmic Mummies. I mean, alternatively, I could... Another thing I could do is just cut the 2 Miasmic Mummies and the Lord of the Accursed and just not worry about it. I'm not a focused... Basically, I'm not a focused zombie deck anyway. So there's no reason to go for the Lord of the Accursed when I've got something like Throne of the God Pharaoh and all. Just stick to this exert plan kind of makes more sense to me. Look how many exerters we have, by the way. Triple Nefcrep Entangler, double Crash. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. Yeah, I'm excited to try out these True Heart Twins. I still think we can get away with 16 lands. Our curve is just low enough where that's not going to hurt us too bad. Yeah, this seems fine to me. Another reason to cut the Mummy is this card tends to be a little underwhelming. It tends to hurt you more, I feel like. You play it, each player discards a card. You can certainly find opportunities where you're going to make your opponent discard, but I feel like a lot of the time it just hurts you more. Like you're getting a bear that requires you to discard, and it's painful. There's been times where I've had to hold it because I just can't play it. So this looks great. This is very strong deck. Like our removal is a little bit lackluster, but Spray, Double Brute Strength, Trial of Zeal is not bad. Our creatures are very, very premium. Flameblade Adepts are looking a little bit lackluster too, but they're going to be good with the Throne. We don't really have any synergy with them, I suppose. But they're still, I think, going to be more exciting for our deck than this Mummy Lord of the Accursed plan. Like another thing I can do is I can cut these. Basically, I can cut Inciter and 2 Adepts and just run the Mummy Lord of the Accursed package too. Like this is another thing I can do, which isn't bad either. That gives me a grand total of 5. It's only 5 zombies though, which is kind of a low zombie count, honestly. So I don't know which package I like more. I feel like the Adepts and Inciters are going to be better with the Throne, and the Mummies and the Lord are just like, they can potentially be good. To be honest, I kind of like the other build more. I think we're going to go with the Adept Inciter plan. And I know people have said I've run too many Inciters, but I think when you have Throne of the God Pharaoh, you have these, you have like True Heart Twins, giving that haste, like this out of nowhere, if you already have like 1 or 2 other Exerters, is just going to be broken. It's just going to be insanely broken. So Flameblade Adept, I think we're basically just playing because it's got Menace and it's good with a couple cards in our deck. So, okay, overall, I really like this deck a lot. This looks like a very fun deck. That's interesting. We're probably still going to play, like, I would say 6 Swamps. I don't want to do Painted Bluff, so 6 Swamps seems fine to me. 10-6, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is just a fantastic deck. Borderline mono red. We could actually play mono red, but I don't want to. I don't think that's going to be worth it. So yeah, fun looking deck, definitely. This is a great red-black deck. Looks like a lot of fun. So we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1.